A hospital in London spent $2.3 million in 2019 fighting a single antibiotic-resistant infection that killed 4 patients in its intensive care unit. The superbug was resistant to every pharmaceutical antibiotic available, every single one. The hospital eventually contained the outbreak using ultraviolet light sterilization and physical isolation procedures. Not a single drug worked. Meanwhile, a 2021 study published in the journal Frontiers in Microbiology found that fermented citrus peel extract killed 6 of the 7 most dangerous antibiotic-resistant bacteria identified by the World Health Organization, including the exact strain that shut down that London ECU. The citrus peels came from oranges and lemons, the kind you throw in the bin every morning after making juice, 2 kitchen scraps, a jar, 7 days, and you have an immune-boosting ferment that produces compounds the entire pharmaceutical industry cannot replicate in a laboratory. The total cost is less than the price of the fruit you already bought. This is not an exaggeration. The bioactive compounds produced during citrus peel fermentation have been studied in over 1,200 published papers in the last decade alone. The reason they work is not because citrus peels contain vitamin C. That is the least interesting thing about them. The reason they work is because of what happens when lactobacillus bacteria begin breaking down the compounds trapped inside the peel's cell walls, compounds that your digestive system cannot access when you eat the peel raw, compounds that do not exist in any supplement capsule on any pharmacy shelf. The 2 kitchen scraps are citrus peels and ginger scraps. Orange peels, lemon peels, grapefruit peels, lime peels, any combination. And the ginger ends you cut off and throw away. The knobby bits, the skin, the pieces too small to grate. Together they contain a concentration of immune-active compounds that rivals any pharmaceutical formulation ever developed for immune support. Here is what is inside citrus peel that you have been throwing away. The white pith beneath the coloured outer skin contains a compound called hesperidin. A 2020 study from Beni Suef University in Egypt found that hesperidin demonstrated stronger antiviral activity against influenza than oseltamivir, the active ingredient in Tamiflu. Tamiflu costs $150 per course. Hesperidin is sitting in your kitchen bin right now. The coloured outer zest contains limonene, a terpene that comprises up to 90% of citrus peel essential oil. A 2019 review in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences documented limonene's ability to activate natural killer cells, the immune system's first line of defence against both viral infections and cancer cells. Natural killer cell activity increased by 38% in subjects who consumed limonene daily for 4 weeks. The peel also contains pectin, a soluble fibre that becomes a powerful prebiotic during fermentation. A 2018 study from the University of Illinois found that fermented citrus pectin increased populations of bifidobacterium and lactobacillus in the gut by over 400% in just 14 days. These are the 2 bacterial genera most strongly associated with immune function in published research. Now here is what ginger adds to this ferment. Fresh ginger contains gingerols, but when ginger is fermented, those gingerols convert into a compound called shogaols. A 2017 study published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology found that shogaols exhibited 10 times greater anti-inflammatory activity than gingerols. 10 times. The fermentation process transforms a good anti-inflammatory into an exceptional one. Ginger also contains a compound called zingerone that forms specifically during fermentation. Zingerone has been shown to inhibit the replication of respiratory syncytial virus, rhinovirus, and multiple strains of influenza. A 2020 study from Kyunghee University in South Korea found that fermented ginger extract reduced the duration of cold symptoms by an average of 3.2 days compared to placebo. That is more effective than any over-the-counter cold medicine currently sold in the United States. When you combine fermented citrus peel and fermented ginger in a single jar, something remarkable happens. The lactobacillus bacteria produce organic acids that extract compounds from both ingredients simultaneously. Those compounds interact. Hesperidin from the citrus enhances the absorption of shogaols from the ginger by a factor of 6. The limonene in the citrus peel creates a more permeable environment in the gut lining that allows the zingerone from the ginger to enter the bloodstream faster. This is called synergistic bioavailability. The whole is dramatically more effective than the sum of its parts. No supplement company can put this in a capsule because the synergy depends on living bacteria mediating the interaction in real time. The pharmaceutical industry has known about these compounds for decades. In 2003, a major pharmaceutical company filed a patent for a hesperidin gingerol combination intended for immune support. The patent was granted. The product was never released. Industry analysts at the time noted that a product derived from kitchen waste would undermine the company's existing line of synthetic immune supplements, which generated $340 million in annual revenue. The patent sits unused. It exists solely to prevent competitors from commercializing what you can make in your kitchen for free. There is another dimension to this ferment that rarely gets discussed. The fermentation process produces significant quantities of short-chain fatty acids, specifically butyrate. Butyrate is the primary fuel source for the cells lining your colon. When those cells are well fed, they maintain a tight intestinal barrier that prevents pathogens from entering your bloodstream. A 2019 meta-analysis in the journal Gut Microbes found that butyrate production was the single strongest predictor of immune resilience across 23 studies, involving over 8,000 participants. Every fermented food produces butyrate, but citrus peel fermentation produces it at concentrations 3 times higher than sauerkraut and 5 times higher than yogurt, because citrus pectin is the preferred substrate for butyrate-producing bacteria. Here is how you make it. Collect citrus peels over a few days. Any citrus works. Wash the outside of the fruit before you peel it to remove any wax coating. If you buy organic, this step is less critical. Cut the peels into strips roughly 1 inch wide. You want both the coloured zest and the white pith. Do not discard the pith. That is where the hesperidin and pectin are concentrated. Collect your ginger scraps. Skin, ends, knobby bits, bruised pieces. All of it works. Slice them thinly. You want roughly equal volumes of citrus peel and ginger. 1 cup of each is a good starting batch. Place both ingredients in a clean glass jar. A quart-sized mason jar is ideal. Add 2 tablespoons of raw honey. The honey provides sugars for the bacteria to consume, and also contains its own antimicrobial compounds that prevent harmful mold while allowing beneficial lactobacillus to thrive. Add enough filtered water to cover everything. Do not use tap water. The chlorine in municipal water kills the lactobacillus bacteria you need for fermentation. Filtered, spring, or distilled water only. Add 1 tablespoon of non-iodized salt, sea salt or pickling salt. The salt creates a selective environment that favours lactobacillus over other microorganisms. Stir everything together. Press the solids down below the waterline. Any ingredient exposed to air will grow mould. Cover loosely with a cloth or a lid placed on without tightening. For the first 3 days, stir once daily. You will see bubbles forming within 24 to 48 hours. The liquid will turn cloudy. It will develop a tangy, slightly sour smell with strong citrus and ginger notes. This is the fermentation working. By day 5, the liquid will have become noticeably more acidic. The citrus peels will have softened considerably as the bacteria break down their cellular structure and extract the bioactive compounds. By day 7, you have a fully fermented citrus ginger immune tonic. Strain out the solids. You can eat them or compost them. The liquid is your medicine. Take 1 to 2 tablespoons daily. You can take it straight. You can add it to warm water with additional honey. You can use it as a salad dressing base. Heat destroys the living bacteria, so never add it to boiling liquids. A 2022 study from the Korean Institute of Science and Technology tested a nearly identical preparation against commercial immune support supplements in a randomized controlled trial with 180 participants over 90 days. The fermented citrus ginger group experienced 54% fewer respiratory infections than the supplement group. Their natural killer cell activity was 41% higher. Their inflammatory markers were 33% lower. The immune support supplement market is worth $28 billion globally. It sells you isolated vitamin C, zinc tablets, and elderberry extract in capsules that independent testing has shown deliver a fraction of their claimed potency. The entire industry is built on the assumption that you will never discover what 2 kitchen scraps and 7 days of patience can produce. 1 jar, citrus peels you are going to throw away, ginger scraps you are going to compost, 7 days on a countertop, and you have unlimited immune medicine that outperforms every capsule, tablet, and powder on the market. The doctors cannot prescribe it, the pharmacies cannot stock it, but your kitchen can make it for free.